that you're quite keen on frogs. So why frogs?
Um, I honestly don't know. I've loved frogs. I mean, again, since being a little girl, I mean, I look back and talk to my parents and I see some of the things from when I was growing up. I've always had this affinity and this love of frogs. And I think over the last few years, that's definitely grown. And I think as well, I mean, it's not just frogs, it is toads as well. I mean, we're
Yeah.
one of the few countries that actually differentiates between frogs and toads. In a lot of countries, everything is classed as a frog, even though it's a frog or a toad. So
Oh, is that
we're,
right? I didn't know that.
yeah. So if you, a lot of countries, when you travel and you speak to them, it's, we're looking for frogs. We're going to go out and we're looking for frogs. We're actually looking for what we would call frogs and toads. They just group them all together under frogs. So
Ah,
it's frogs and toads really, and I think there's a lot of people don't like them. A lot of people have a love of frogs, but not toads. And actually, when you look at some toads, a lot of people wouldn't be able to tell if it's a toad or a frog. There's some that do definitely look like more like frogs than they do toads, and I just think they're fascinating. I think they're weirdly cute and adorable and have great personalities, and obviously these incredible life cycles that people can see as well when they spawn, and then you get the tadpoles and eventually these little froglets and toadlets emerging. I think it's just fascinating.
they seem to be a Marmite species, don't they? Because you'll go around someone's house who loves frogs and they're everywhere. They like. I'm imagining this is your house, Victoria, where there's frogs all on the mantelpiece and pictures of frogs and all over the place.
It's
Uh,
not quite that bad. It's not
no,
quite that
okay.
bad, Jack. I've got 3 frogs that sit on my desk, and I've got a picture of a frog above my computer, but that's about it.
Okay, you're kind of midway then, midway,
Yeah.
slippery slope. But then other people like, so for example, my girlfriend's mum, she actually lives in Romney Marsh, which you'll probably know for marsh frogs, and she can't stand frogs, she hates them. And I'm like, well, why? They don't bite, they're completely harmless, and it's something about them. But then you meet people like yourself who are incredibly passionate, so they are a divisive subject for some reason. I don't know why. I think they're great.
I think, yeah, I mean, I completely agree. You get people that just have this almost like fear. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a hatred, it's definitely a fear of
Yeah,
frogs. But
yeah.
again, it's like, why? They're completely harmless. And, scientifically, they're incredible species. They're actually incredibly important for being able to assess the health of ecosystems as well. They're one species that you would definitely keep an eye on if you're worried about certain ecosystems starting to break down. And I don't know whether it's something to do with folklore. I mean, the toads, I kind of get. Unfortunately, there's a lot in folklore when you look down the route of witchcraft and stuff like that. There's a lot of negativity around toads. So whether that's just kind of spilled over and people just see toads and frogs as the same thing, I don't know. Because I mean, I don't get it personally, and that's kind of like my little one-woman mission to make everybody love them. I'll get there one day.
Yeah, definitely keep going.